I've been using Tinder recently. Does anyone here use Tinder? No? Okay, this is the one chance I have to explain it to you. Okay, so Tinder is this dating app. It's on phones. It displays your picture, your name, some of your interests, and your age. You get pictures of people that live near you. If you swipe left, it means you're not interested in them. If you swipe right, it means you want to have sex with them. Now, if you and someone else both swipe right, then you and that person are given the opportunity to message each other and make plans for your future intercourse.
I saw this Huffington Post story about these BYU kids in Utah that used Tinder to trick a bunch of dudes into showing up at a yogurt shop. They made a fake Tinder profile using this photo of Miss Teen, Ohio, and swiped right on every single guy that came up. They got over 250 matches and sent this message to each guy. I'm going to a yogurt shop called Yogurtland tonight at 9 in Orem with some girlfriends if you want to meet up. Winking smiley face. The profile had no other personal information on it, and that was the first and only message they sent. They showed up at the yogurt shop at 9 expecting to find no one, but found the place packed full of dudes. We walked toward the doors to see groups and groups of guys getting out of their cars and hustling into the building. I could not believe it. They were swarming. Literally swarming. I read this article amazed, just thinking, who are these guys? Who is showing up at a moment's notice to a yogurt shop to meet some random girl with a glamour headshot as her profile picture? What attractive girl wants to meet up on a first message? I mean, what attractive girl even initiates contact? Come on, this just screams bot, and anyone that's used the internet for over a week knows how to identify a bot. You just have to ask yourself 3 questions. 1, does this person only have one profile picture? 2, does this person use bad grammar and make little to no sense? And most importantly, 3, is this person too attractive to be attracted to me? If you answered yes to 2 of those questions, that bitch a bot. So because this Huffington Post story was so unbelievable to me, I decided I was gonna replicate this Tinder stunt for myself, just to see if I get the same results. To be clear, my goal is not to catfish a bunch of dudes. That's easy. MTV does that like twice every day. My goal is to see how many guys will fall for a really obvious bot on Tinder. Let's do it. So the first thing I had to do was make a Tinder profile. But in order to make a Tinder profile, you have to have a Facebook account with at least 50 friends. That's how Tinder makes sure you're a real person. So the first thing I had to do was make a fake Facebook account and get 50 friends. I asked my friend Tine if I could use her pictures. So, Tine, is it cool if I use your pictures to make a fake Tinder and Facebook profile?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, is it cool if I use that fake Facebook profile to post racist status updates just to see how people react?
What?
So Tine was completely cool with it. My goal was to make this girl the strangest, but also the worst person ever. I took a cue from Soulja Boy and made her profile picture the same as her background picture. I also made sure her Facebook interests made no sense. Smash Mouth and Jason Derulo, Flubber and Fight Club, Charlotte's Web and Mein Kampf, and my personal favorite, Steve Harvey and North Korea. I told a few of my friends to accept her friend request to get the ball rolling. Then I added every suggested person for about an hour. Not only did people accept her friend requests, they started requesting to be her friend. After 2 hours, I had over 300 friends. I realized when people are judging whether or not to accept a friend request, they don't really investigate. If you're hot or have mutual friends, that's good enough. The craziest part about this profile is that when I made it in November of 2013, I just gave her some random birthday in February. I didn't log back in for a really long time, but when I did, I was surprised to find that 18 people had written happy birthday on her wall. 18 real people. I don't write happy birthday on the walls of people I know well. Why would you write it on the wall of someone you've had no interactions with? Not even Facebook interactions. So I created the Tinder and put up a few pictures of Tine. The night before the stunt, In an effort to stay true to the original experiment, I went to this college neighborhood near UCLA called Westwood and set my Tinder radius for about 5 miles. I then proceeded to like every single guy that appeared on the screen for 2 hours. By doing this, I realized that girls and guys use Tinder in very different ways. Most guys I know use Tinder like shrimp fishermen. They just cast a huge net by liking every single girl that comes up. They rationalize this by saying things like, hey, this way I'm not missing out on any potential girls. I can be more selective when I see what girls like me back. Basically, I'm willing to settle. Girls, on the other hand, can be super selective, as you can see from this demonstration using teens' pictures on the fake Tinder profile. I got over 250 matches and I sent each male match the same 2 messages. Hey, followed by, me and some friends will be at Elysee tomorrow in Westwood around 2. You should come by. Wear a hat so I know it's you, LOL. On some I put a winking smiley face instead of an LOL. A lot of guys responded to this message with follow-up questions like, okay, but you haven't even talked to me yet. Why would you want me to hang out with you guys? Tongue out face. And, I'm in Oakland for the next couple days. Maybe you will give me a rain check, or is this some kind of thing where a bunch of dudes show up wearing hats all looking at each other thinking, what the F? ... ha ha. And my favorite, yeah, and how can I be sure you aren't playing me? Sorry that sounds skeptical, but I'll probably meet you. You seem fun. I wanted to make sure there were several signs pointing to this being a fake account, so I didn't respond to any of these messages. That way, if anyone actually showed up, I wouldn't have to feel bad. It'd be their own fault for being dumb. So the next day, me and my friend Neel and my friend doing camera, Stevie Snow, drove and parked across the street from Elysee so we could observe people showing up. I told Neel to go inside, order some food, and sit down. He had a hidden camera pointed at the entrance to capture everyone's arrival. Right now it's 1:47. I told the guys to get here at around 2. We waited past 2, 2:30, and still no one. We had a lot of false alarms, a lot of guys with hats, but they all ended up walking past the bakery. I was fearing that this whole thing was going to be a bust and that everyone in the world was rational, but then we got a golden ticket, and his name was Our Tinder messaging so far was me sending, hey, me and some friends will be at Elysee tomorrow in Westwood around 2. You should come by. Wear a hat so I know it's you, winking smiley face. Then he said, what type of place is this? Bakery, store, shop of some type, a restaurant? I did not reply. An hour later, he wrote, I'm assuming bakery thanks to Google, LOL. I still did not reply. Then a day later, as we're sitting in the car thinking this whole video was gonna be a failure, he wrote, I'll be there soon. Traffic isn't too great. Yes. Thank you. So, we at least got one. Sure enough, 15 minutes later, we see a dude with a red hat walk in.
It's him. Some guy.
Okay, get him. Oh, looks like he's gonna leave. You got him?
Just making sure it's the right spot. Just walking around.
Okay, he's looking. He's trying to find her. Okay, put the camera kind of farther in.
Back in.
He's walking back in?
Yeah, just wanted to see if he was out. Oh, let's see if he walks back to the front door.
As went back to sit in his chair, there was no doubt, out of the 250 people I sent messages to, he was the only one that showed up. Now, I personally believe that a traumatic experience can be very educational. For instance, if you burn your hand on a hot stove, now you know not to touch hot stoves. So in the spirit of teaching lifelong lessons, my friends Chris, Bryce, and George have been hiding in the bathroom of the cafe, pretending to be the host and crew of a To Catch a Predator style TV show. Chris really looks the part. They'd been waiting on my word to burst out of the bathroom and strike. I was hoping there'd be a couple more guys to ambush, but one will have to do. Go time. They're about to do it. This is exciting. Okay. Let's look at it. Hi, how are you?
questions?
Why?
I'm just wondering what you're doing here this afternoon.
Supposed to meet a friend of mine named
Friend of yours named
Yeah, but I just texted him right now and he's not coming. He's out of town, so I'm not going to be meeting him.
So the person that you're supposed to be meeting isn't coming?
Nope.
You're not familiar with someone named
Nope.
You've never heard of anyone named
Nope, I haven't.
Are you familiar with Tinder?
Nope.
I can see just a bit of the camera.
I just want to ask you a couple of questions, sir.
Who this red guy is?
Yeah.
Is he looking over here at all?
No.
Why are you walking away? No questions?
Pissed off. Yep, he's pissed off.
Where's he walking to?
He's walking around the corner of that. They're following him.
Following him?
Yeah, they're following him.
Oh my god.
They're following him.
You don't want to tell your side of the story, sir?
Oh, that dude came back. The dude with the red hat came back. He came back?
But without his hat. As if we wouldn't recognize him.
Oh my god. What is happening?
You decide to answer our question, sir?
Turn the camera on, please. Please.
What's up?
Turn the camera on.
It looked like things were about to get violent, so I sent Neel across the street to try and lure him away.
Be like, dude, it's a setup. It's a setup. We gotta run.
He's not required to turn the camera.
Dude, it's a setup. You gotta go. You gotta go, dude.
Well, guys, it was real. Nice to meet you.
Success! We were able to get through the whole shoot without anyone getting hurt, physically. Was it mean? Yes. Is this guy ever gonna fall for a fake profile again, though? You tell me. Now he knows not to touch hot bots. Why did this work so well at Brigham Young University in Utah and not work at all at UCLA in California? I guess there were certain things about this original experiment that I changed that may have affected the results, such as asking the guys to wear a hat, or maybe it was even that this Huffington Post article got so popular that the UCLA college kids knew to look out for this sort of thing on Tinder. Or maybe, due to abstinence, Mormon college dudes at BYU were abnormally horny. Horny to the point of stupidity. Horny to the point where they got a message on Tinder and were like, whoa, a girl that's more beautiful than anyone I've ever talked to in real life wants to meet up with me immediately? This seems sketchy and potentially dangerous, but hey, no one's ever touched my penis before. I'm in. I mean, it's not that far-fetched. In 2011, BYU kicked a guy off their basketball team for admitting to having sex with his girlfriend because it was against their honors code. So I guess the message of this video is, Mormon college dudes should be having premarital sex. Maybe then they wouldn't be such thirsty-ass niggas.
Man, I'm really happy Facebook exists though, because I feel like it's made the courtship process so much less creepy. Because if I was to come up to you and be like, hey, let's be Facebook friends, that'd be so much less creepy if I was like, yo, let me get those digits. You know, but I bet guys like 100 years ago were saying the same thing about telephones. Guys were just walking around like, I'm jumping over the moon, this will contract from the telephone. I tell you, it's made picking up rods a piece of cake. Because it's so much less creepy to be like, hey, what's your phone number than, hey, where do you live?